Hello, I am your teacher, Mr. Pacitti, and this is my classroom here in Ontario, California. So put away your mobile phones, put away your Bray Wyatt lawsuits. It was a simple misunderstanding, Bray. Could have happened to any of us. Double jump. It's time to concentrate, it's time to study. This is SmackDown Live, and this is Graded. We kick things off with the New Day. Woods rips on Dolph Ziggler, saying that the only way that the match at Stomping Grounds is going to happen is if he manages to get through him tonight. Big E teases a freaky second hour of SmackDown, but before he can tell us more about the slip and slide, he is interrupted by Dolph Ziggler. Dolph says that Kofi does not deserve to be the WWE champion, that without the rest of the New Day, Kofi, you are nothing, and they won't be there to have your back on Sunday night because you're going to be locked in a bloody massive steel cage, and if you try to escape, it's going to really hurt your fingers. Word for word what he said. Kofi says he knows how grueling a steel cage match can be, and on Sunday, he's going to win the match, blah, 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 blah. Have a see. This was fine. It wasn't especially exciting. It all made sense. The performances were decent enough as well, but we didn't really learn anything new here. It didn't get me especially hyped for that match on Sunday. At least it didn't go on for too long. This naturally leads on to Dolph Ziggler versus Xavier Woods, and I actually think this was really effective. A largely competitive match, Woods absolutely giving it his all, but he couldn't get the job done. I guess he could get the job done. He did the job. He couldn't win, Dolph Ziggler putting Xavier Woods away with a vicious-looking super kick while Xavier is hung up on the ropes, just like that. But this wasn't just there to sell the WWE title match on Sunday, it was also there to sell the tag match, with the other members of the New Day taking on Sami and Kevin. Sami and Kevin came running out to attack the other members of New Day at ringside. They are quickly sent to the back by the referee and then taken out with a dive by Xavier, and all good stuff. It didn't detract from the match itself at all, and it made me a little bit more excited for that tag match on Sunday, even if it's quite difficult to be excited for that match because it doesn't mean that much. And this for me was probably match of the night. It was good to see Xavier Woods in a singles match rather than just playing the role of the guy who gets beaten down and then makes the hot tag to either Kofi or Big E. It's easy to forget just how good Xavier Woods can be in singles action, so I think this was really refreshing to see. B+ here. If Dolph had just squashed Xavier, this would have got a far lower grade, but actually this was exciting from start to finish. Dolph Ziggler looking maniacal and vicious and callous, and props to Xavier Woods for selling like an absolute maniac and actually making Dolph Ziggler look like a threat. For once. Next up, it's time for a moment of bliss with the host Alexa Bliss and her mental little mate Nikki Cross. Alexa asks, "Where's my coffee?" And out comes Bayley drinking the coffee. What's she like? The niceties do not last for very long at all, as Bayley says, "If you've got something to say it to my face." And Alexa Bliss says, "Hey Bayley, backstage, you were an awful bitch. In fact, the only person who was actually nice to me was Charlotte Flair." Woo? Alexa says, "You're not all innocent, it's not all hugs and sunshine. You are a liar." Bayley says, "You're an entitled little princess." Alexa says, "Hey, you peaked in NXT." Whew, it's funny because it's true, and it's all kicking off. Bayley then pounces on Alexa, but Nikki Cross manages to pull her off, starts berating Bayley, which allows for Alexa Bliss to make the attack from behind and stand tall to close the segment as Bayley recovers. B+, it's amazing that this managed to accomplish, in like 5 minutes, so much more than the opening promo, which lasted double the time. All three women here performed their roles flawlessly last night. This built intrigue not only in the title match on Sunday, but also in Alexa and Nikki's relationship, as well as Alexa's claims that Bayley is actually a horrible little bastard. I can't wait to see where this goes. B-Team versus Heavy Machinery is up next with Daniel Bryan on commentary. Well, Daniel Bryan and Rowan are on commentary. Rowan's got the headset on. He didn't actually say anything. Obviously, this was a predictable result with B-Team losing, but Daniel Bryan managed to add so much to this match via commentary. Bryan just constantly taking shots at Heavy Machinery, saying that they're turning the SmackDown tag division into an absolute joke. Don't worry, Vince already did that, but also selling them like a legitimate threat when appropriate. Otis hits the Caterpillar and Daniel Bryan says, "Well, If that was me, I would have just moved. But then when they hit the compactor, their finishing maneuver, Daniel Bryan said that is something to be worried about. Selling that finishing move like it's the most dangerous thing in their arsenal. As I say, Heavy Machinery pick up the win as Daniel Bryan says that he's going to take advantage when Otis is gyrating his hips. This would have been a C, but I'm going to give it a B just because Daniel Bryan added so much by being there on commentary and actually made me a little bit excited for that tag match on Sunday, which I just wasn't before this match. Oh, and after the match, that wild card Seth Rollins runs out with a steel chair and just totally batters both members of the B team. And this wasn't just random, they were both being considered by Baron Corbin as special guest refs in the Universal title match on Sunday. He's continuing to just beat down absolutely anybody he fancies with a steel chair. That's his gimmick now. It works for me. I don't mind it too much. End of segment. A quick pre-recorded promo from Aleister Black, and I haven't really spoken too much about these in previous episodes of Graded, but they're absolutely working for me. His delivery is always great. It does feel like the time is drawing very, very close for him to actually have a match, but WWE have done a very good job of making that first singles match on the main roster feel like a big deal. And now it's time for Tuesday Night Raw. Out comes Shane McMahon, flanked by Elias and Drew McIntyre. But unlike most weeks, he's not here to put the spotlight on Shane McMahon. He's here to put the spotlight on Drew McIntyre, who is going to defeat Roman Reigns at Stomping Grounds on Sunday on the WWE Network, right in the center of this ruddy ring. Nice quick promo from Drew, but he's soon interrupted by The Miz, who plays a video package of Roman Reigns' attack the previous night on Raw, and then another video package of Roman Reigns hitting Shane McMahon with a big fat Superman punch, and then a bigger, fatter spear. So Shane takes the piss out of The Miz's potato father once again, to which The Miz replies, "Shane, you are the one taking up all of the airtime, all of the opportunities. You are ruining both Raw and SmackDown." Yes! Oh my God, voice of the voiceless, Mike Mizanin. Jesus Christ, he's so spot on. I love you. Genuinely brilliant, quick, impassioned promo from The Miz. Somebody who has been stagnating in the past month or so turned it round 180 degrees last night. And then Shane starts setting up a match. It looks like it's going to be a handicap match. Drew and Elias taking on The Miz. But if Miz can find a tag team partner in the next 10 seconds, then it will be a tag team elimination match. 10, 9, 8, 7, cut to our truth. Awesome Truth are back together for one night only. Big pop. This gets a B simply because The Miz was so fantastic here. When I saw Shane come out, I thought, oh no, this has been good so far. It's about to take a turn for the worst, but that just didn't happen. Largely because of The Miz, definitely not because of Shane McMahon himself, but it was still entertaining. The match was fine. Our Truth is genuinely my favorite part of both Raw and SmackDown at this point. Who would have thought that in 2019, K-Quick would be the highlight of both weekly shows? Wrestling's weird. Truth gets eliminated by Elias after a big knee, and then enter everybody in the 24/7 title picture. They all come running down looking to take advantage, and Shelton Benjamin picks up the belt and he's like, yes, I've done it, I've won. But the referee says, no, you actually got to pin our Truth. Do you not watch the weekly shows? Can't blame you too much, Shelton. But Truth grabs the belt back, pegs it out of there. Lovely stuff. Miz makes a brief comeback, but this doesn't last for long as he eats a Claymore kick. 1, 2, 3, your winners, Drew McIntyre and Elias. And then after the bell rings, another Claymore kick to The Miz. The Scottish psychopath sending a clear message to the big dog. Wrestling nicknames are terrible. B- here. The 24/7 title stuff kept this more interesting than it otherwise would have been, and I actually really like the fact that The Miz wasn't able to overcome the odds and, say, eliminate Elias, because it kept the focus on the feud between Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns and the danger of the Claymore kick. Quick backstage segment now with Ember Moon, who gets picked on once again by Mandy and Sonya, and I want to clear up a slight misunderstanding from last week's episode of Graded. I wasn't complaining about Ember Moon being pissed off because her Nintendo Switch was broken. I own a Nintendo Switch, I play it every night. Stardew Valley is fantastic, I'm a basic bitch. I understand why she was pissed off that her $300 games console got smashed up. That's fine. What I was saying is that it's not an especially exciting basis of a feud. And more importantly, she went, ah! When the heels had like 3 seconds to get away. They were maybe 5 paces out of camera shot, and she just goes, ah! She didn't attack them, but she attacked them this week, so thumbs up. Okay, moving on. Almost main event time, but not quite yet. We go back to the parking lot. R-Truth is trying to run away from all of the people chasing him for his 24/7 title, and he gets to his Uber, and his Uber driver is a WWE referee. What the hell? The camera pans back across to Carmella, except it's not Carmella. It's Drake Maverick in a wig. He de-wigs? D-Wigs, is that the word? Attacks R-Truth, pins him. Your new 24/7 champion is Drake Maverick, picking up his first singles title win before Sami Zayn even got one. It doesn't matter. This was fantastic. It gets an A. It's not often that I laugh at Raw or SmackDown anymore, at least not ironically, but the image of R-Truth being laid out on a parking lot floor surrounded by a couple of fake tits as Drake Maverick pulls away in a car that isn't his was genuinely hysterical, not an image that is going to leave my mind anytime soon. Just so fun. And I'm happy to see that Drake Maverick will likely get a couple of weeks to do something quite unique with the 24/7 title. The guy has been owning it on social media, and as we've seen from his run in TNA, the guy plays the comedic, goofy role as well as Edge, Christian, even Kurt Angle. He's that good, he's that funny. I hope he holds it for a few weeks and is given time to shine. Main event time, it was set up earlier in the night, a 2 out of 3 falls tag team match. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn taking on the WWE Champion and the Universal Champion. I don't rate Kevin and Sami's chances here, guys. Kofi immediately hits Trouble in Paradise, picking up the first fall for his team, and then after 7 or 8 minutes of decent back and forth, Seth Rollins hits the stomp, picking up the win. Kevin and Sami not even picking up a single fall in this one. It's 2-0. All good stuff here. It is a shame to see Kevin and Sami basically being treated as enhancement talent at this point, so I do hope they pick up a win on Sunday, but still a largely enjoyable match and one that gets a B. Oh, and worth mentioning that Paul Heyman was watching from backstage. We get a quick 3-second cutaway of Paul Heyman as the show ends, and this 3-second cutaway did more to sell Baron Corbin versus Seth Rollins than everything else that has happened in the build-up, just simply because of Brock's possible involvement. There's intrigue there. Will he be special guest referee? Who knows? We will see. Stomping Grounds isn't a great card. We all know that, but Raw and SmackDown this week actually did a pretty decent job of selling it to me. And good God, I am a happy teacher once again. Maybe it's just because SmackDown has been a lackluster show for the past month or so, but this combined with Raw on Monday night, it finally feels like things are getting back on track. And I'm so bloody excited. There was nothing on this show that I didn't at least like. Even Shane McMahon, it was all fine. So this episode of SmackDown, it gets a B+, and it was so close to an A-. I thought this episode of SmackDown was great. Please keep this up, WWE. Consistency, storylines, build new stars. You can do it, Vince. I believe in you. Dad joke time. Actually, I'm worried that this one is a bit niche, and the only people that are going to get this are anti-vaxxers. Measles. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.